Hi guys, you are once again welcome to the right place to be, Dizcovaself channel, a place where we teach you how to memorize facts, figures, data, and at the end of the day, we make you write exams. Then we give you a certificate which you can now use to look for a job and earn salary. What? Is that what I said? Hell no. I actually mean welcome to the place where we help you identify your potential, identify your value that can make you make a mark, make a difference in this 21st century so that you can stand in the spotlights and live a life of your dreams. My name is Laurels. If you are new here,
consider subscribing.
those that are already in the family, I'm so grateful to you for always being with me. Right. So in this video, I'll be taking you through 6 important things that school did not teach us at all. 6 important things that school did not teach us, and it's rather teaching us things that will make us feel alive. So don't go away. If you want to know what these important things are, don't move away. Stay tuned, for I'll be with you pretty soon in the details of the video. See you. So guys, you are welcome back. Now, the first thing, the number one thing that school did not teach us, or have not taught us, or is still not teaching people, is personal finance. The understanding of personal finance is not taught in school. Right. So now, what is personal finance? What is personal finance? Right. So I leave this to you, the viewers, at the comment section below the video, to tell me what you think is personal finance. I know probably some of you, your views will help me to at least know what you think about personal finance. So the comment section below, you can just let me know what you think about personal finance. Right. So personal finance is the knowledge of understanding what budgeting is, what investment is, and what a retirement plan is. Right. So your knowledge of this will help you to make the right financial decisions. And what will help you to be able to make this right financial decision? Your understanding of what it means to be rich and what it means to be wealthy. A lot of people, sometimes they confuse the two and they mix them up and they think they are the same. They are not the same. The two actually mean differently. Right. So your understanding of this will help you to be able to make the right financial decisions. Being rich actually means you have a lot of money. You have a lot of money, either in cash in hand, or you have a lot of money sitting at the bank. Right. Just like someone saying, I have $20,000. I'm like, what? You have $20,000? Man, let's go and chill. Let's go have fun. Right. So having a lot of money in hand, or having a lot of money sitting at the bank, that's actually what is known as being rich, because in that case that's made you to be rich. But then if you look at being wealthy here means that you have a lot of assets. Right. So one belongs to liability, one belongs to asset. So having a lot of assets, and this asset is what generates you what we call residual income. Means that you don't have to be working to be getting that money, but the systems are in place, and those systems are what gives you income residually. Now, when you look at being rich, you can be rich, but you are not wealthy. right? Because if you have a lot of money and you don't have that financial literacy, you don't have that financial knowledge to be able to manage it, it can just go like petrol, like air. You have it and all of a sudden it's all gone, because that knowledge that will help us to be able to manage it is not taught in school. So your own knowledge about understanding what it means to be rich and what it means to be wealthy will help you to understand the type of income streams. We have what is known as the passive income and the active income. So a lot of times what we are taught in school is actually the knowledge about active income. And also someone like, by school we are taught economics, we are taught accounting, we are taught entrepreneurship, we are taught. Those are not things that will help you to have financial knowledge. What you are being taught in school there is to help you to understand, to know how to count money. That is for someone, but not how to count your own money. You only learn how to count money, how to calculate and add up money, but not how to calculate and add money that belongs to you. That's not what it's taught, right? So when you look at the two streams of income, passive income and active income. So the knowledge we actually pick from school is active income, because school prepares you with a skill and job, with a skill and profession. And with that skill and profession, you now come out with you have a certificate which you now use and go around scouting for a job, go around looking for a job. So now when you now get a job, then you now trade that your skill with your skill and time and labor to get a wage or salary. So in that case, there is a formula that people that are product of school and they are seeking to get a job and get salary. There's a formula they use, and that formula is skill plus time plus labor. Skill plus time plus labor gives you money. That's the formula they use to get money. That's why they are very good at working in job and taking a salary or taking a wage, right? On the other hand, people that are having financial literacy and they want to have they are well informed financially. So what they do is that they want to earn passive income. They don't want to work in a job. They don't want to work in a job and be living hand to mouth life. They want to live life to the fullest. So what they do is that they try to own systems, they try to own companies, they try to own big businesses that have the potential of growing beyond the borders of their countries, going globally. That can now help them to live big lives, to help them to be able to earn money passively, right? And thank God the 21st century has actually made this very possible. There are a lot of people that are actually making money because of the power of the internet, right? So what they do is that they use what we call the rich people formula of getting money. The rich people formula of getting money is different from those that are employees from school, their formula of getting money. What they use is that they use what we call OPT, OPK, and OPM, which is equals to money. OPT, OPM, OPK equals to money. So this is the formula they use to earn money, and that money they earn becomes infinite. It becomes a residual income which is infinite. It keep on growing and growing and growing with time. So what they do is that they own and create systems, right? So they try to solve a problem. The world current that we are in now needs problem solving. They solve a problem and they come up with a product. So when you solve a problem, then you come up with a product. What you do is you now market the product globally. So when you market globally, then it allows you to have a wider market, which now gives you a good stream of income. And even at some point when you don't necessarily have to be actively involved in the work, but then you generate passive income, or you take advantage of the of e-commerce. E-commerce is now the order of the day. Business is going digital, so they create companies digitally, and these companies are what allows them to earn passive income. So in doing so, they're able to grow a network of workers across the globe, and that allows them to earn a large stream of income. Right. I know a lot of us are aware that the world is actually, the wealth of the world is actually controlled by a small size of people, which is just 5% of people control the wealth of the world, 5%, and 95% of us are actually wallowing in a struggling life with jobs, right? So there's this sarcastic conversation between two people. That's the upper class and the capitalists. These are the people that the 5%. These are the people that are actually controlling the wealth of the world. They are the upper class and then the capitalists. So there's a conversation between this group of people. So the capitalists ask the upper class, what can we do to keep the working class to working so hard for us, whilst we keep on getting richer and richer? Upper class reply the capitalists by saying that let's keep them in school and make them stupid. As simple as that. And we'll keep on getting richer and they will keep on working for us, right? So that's just how it is. If you look at there is this quote by Ted Turner said that life is a game and the score sheet is money. Life is a game and the score sheet is money. So if you don't understand this, you won't be able to understand how to really plan yourself financially, right? So sometimes I ask people that, why are you going to school? And a lot of people tell them, oh, I want to acquire knowledge, then I'll be able to have a skill and then get a profession that will help you to get a job, right? So, and then after getting the job, what else? Then the next thing will be money. Okay, so you realize that the ultimate aim of the reason why a lot of people go to school is actually money. A lot of people is because they want to be able to earn a living. You get a profession, you are able to get salary. So, but then, so if you look at it, if the ultimate aim is money, then why is it that we are not taught the concept of money in school? We are not taught how to get money. They rather taught us how to work for money instead of teaching us how to let money work for us. So there are two things: working for money and money working for you. So school teaches us only one side, which is money. When we working for money, not money working for us, right? So until we have this kind of education in school, there will be a large percentage of people that are working hard and hard and hard, and then yet we'll be getting broke, right? So this leads me to the next thing that school did not teach us. The next thing, that's number two thing that school. The number two thing that we are not taught in school is core values. Not taught core values. Now the question is, what are core values? Every individual, we are created and born differently, and we have our core values. So what are these core values? Core values is the soul of the individual. Your core values is the soul of yourself. It is the inner persona. It's the inner persona with regards to taste, choice, like, hate, dislike, and a strong interpretation of what life is and the words of life and the world around you. That is what represents your core values. So now, how will you be able to identify these core values as an individual? There are certain critical questions that you need to ask yourself to be able to identify what these core values are. So number one, you need to be able to identify who you are. What do you like about yourself? That is who you are. What do you like about yourself? So in identifying what you like about yourself will help you identify how you can stand out among your friends. And number two, you should be able to identify what you like about others. What do you like about people that get close to you, those that are your immediate associates? What do you like about them? And conversely, what do they like about you? What do they like about you? Right? Then you should also be able to look around your immediate environment. What do you like about your immediate your immediate environment, your immediate surrounding, everything? What do you like about it? Then you also ask yourself, what are some of the things that makes me stand out among people? What are the traits, the capabilities that makes me stand out among people? What are the things that people struggle to do, but I do it with ease? Things that people struggle to do, but I do it with ease, right? So in being able to identify this will help you to know that these are your personal potentials, your capabilities, right? So then you now finally you ask yourself, how will I be able to use these traits, these capabilities, this potential to be able to benefit myself and also to benefit people? How can I use that to benefit people? How will it be of benefit to humanity? So once you're able to know how this can be used to benefit people and humanity, then you are on your pathway of discovering your real self, who you are. Now, if you look at school, everything is so bookish, it's so theoretical, and we relegate the individual, we relegate who you are. The individual is being relegated, and then we are imposed. We are imposed with skills and professions that don't define us. They don't define who we are, right? So, according to Roy T. Bennett, if you compromise your core values, you go nowhere, right? So that is why a lot of people, they are not happy with their jobs. They are not happy with their state of life, because their core values has been robbed. Their core values has been exchanged, right? So the moment you miss that point, then you get yourself into trouble, right? So just look at the people that changed the world, people that made history and changed the world. They were people that were able to identify what their core values were. People like Carl Benz, Henry Ford, Ted Turner, Gates, Steve Jobs. These are people that were able to identify their core values, and once you pick up those core values, you are able to tap into your potentials. Then you get to understand what you can do with those core values. Then it helps you to be able to get to understand who you are better. Then you don't allow school to rob you of those potentials, right? So now this takes me to the number 3 thing that school did not teach us. The number 3 thing that school is not teaching us, which is taxing and failure. Taxing and failure. I know some people like, what? You mean failure? Yes, I mean failure. Failure is something that school actually hates. School hates. School wants perfection. School doesn't like failure at all. So now, what is tasking? Tasking is the ability to allow your inner drive, your inner passion to allow you to be able to embrace a task, embrace a challenge that allows you to use your ingenious creativity with your potential to solve a problem, to come out with a solution. And when you come with a solution, then it has a benefit for humanity, right? So when you look at the school system, what we learn at school does not allow this. School does not allow it. We allow us to go into tasking. How will we allow you to go into tasking when everything you are supposed to know, put in your head, is being programmed. Everything is about data memorizing. It's about facts. That kind of drive that will lead you towards tasking, it's not there. And we are made to fear failure. School is refusing to understand that failure is very necessary in achieving greatness. Failure has a lot of benefits. Now, with failure, it will help you to be ingeniously creative, because there are so many steps that you need to go through to be able to solve a problem. So failure is necessary in helping you go through all those steps, because in going through the steps you fail. Just look at it. Look at anything new that you are learning, how you struggle. Just look at it. When a toddler is struggling to walk, he has to fall several times. He needs to try fall before he can be able to walk. If he doesn't try and fail, how will he be able to walk? And so this is what school is refusing to understand. So they start like taxing in school. It's rather about having a bunch of books that you need to just memorize and write exams in and pass, and that's it. And so you are not faced with any tax. So how do you then solve the problem? And then you can also do that, because there will be failure in what you are doing, and school will not accept that failure. So if you look at the situation, school is actually producing a lot of little or low achievement people, because what new have we learned? And people just come out and they are, everyone is normal, everyone is just average person, because they are school products. They're just average, they are normal like anyone else, right? And so those that are able to achieve greatness are very few, and these are people that actually learn something outside school. They didn't allow that school system to program them. They've actually picked that outside school. School is actually scaring a lot of students away from failure. They are scaring them from failure, because we are being taken through that orientation that you must always have an exam to write, and you must always pass. You must always pass. So that idea of failure should not even come into your head. So a lot of students are feared to death when it comes to failure. And if you don't fail, how then do you succeed? They exalt those that do very well academically. Then those that have to fail, they are seen as people that are not even fit to be in the system. And it becomes so sad that sometimes the schools will have to even sack students from school, because they see them not to be able to fit the situation at the school there. And sometimes it becomes a good omen for them, because they move out and they rather discover their real self and they pick it up in life. People have actually brought a lot of new things, changes in the world. There were people that tried severally and failed. If you catalog all those great people that we have been hearing of, these were people that tried, they failed greatly before they were able to make it. Someone like Walt Disney, he was seen as someone who had nothing to offer. When he scripted his script and took it to the editor of the newspaper to be accepted, it was rejected. It was rejected. And what was the reason for it being rejected? The editor just told him point blank that his script lacks imagination and good ideas, that the script wasn't good enough, and it was thrown back at him. But what did he do? He never gave up. He just kept on, because that was his passion. So the failure actually helped you to go and do better, right? And today he's very prominent. Thomas Edison was told by his teachers that he was a good for nothing person, and that nothing good can come out from him. He was seen to be just stupid, and that he can't learn anything good in school. So he didn't allow that to draw him back. What did he do? He kept on, and eventually, look at the revolution. Look at the mark he has left in the world. What did he do? By inventing the bulb. he still had to fail. He tried 1,000 times to make it. So that spirit of trying and failing he was very resilient. So, and today we have the Pope. They interviewed him and asked him that they asked him how he felt after he had to try 1,000 times to be able to invent the bulb. And this is what he said. I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. This is very true, because those steps were what was necessary to give him success in the invention. If those failures were not there, he wouldn't be able to come up with the invention. But the failures were necessary in helping to get results. Oprah Winfrey, she didn't just start and get to where she is now. She struggled. Her first stint of broadcasting was at Baltimore, and when she was there to anchor news, when she was employed, given a job to anchor news, her boss told her she wasn't good enough to anchor news. And what did the boss do? The boss fired her that she wasn't good enough to anchor news. And because of the passion she had for her dream, the passion she had for what she was into, she didn't give up. She went ahead and tried severally. And today, Oprah Winfrey is having her own TV channel and is having thousands and thousands, would I even say even billions of people watch her every day on her channel. And she's one of the most important, the most influential women in the world. She's one of the billionaires. So the failure she went through was an impetus to her success. And the list goes on and on and on. So that's one of the reasons why I think that it's a major setback in school, because the concept, the subject of taxing and failure is not taught. If you want to be great, then that means that school is not a place for you. If you want to be great, if you want to do great things, then know that school wouldn't be the best place for you, because the greatness that you are going to achieve, school wouldn't help you to achieve that greatness. It will rather give you an imposition. It will rather give an option, impose a skill or profession on you. It won't allow you to move ahead. Right? So this takes me to the next point, that is point number 4. Fourth thing that we are now taught in school, which is creativity and innovation. Creativity and innovation allows one to be able to create and invent and bring about new ideas that have not existed before, or picking up old ideas and making them to be new. But this is not the case in school. You realize that things that were taught in the 1920s are still things that are being taught today. You visit a classroom and teachers have pinned students in a classroom, forcing them to learn mathematics, forcing them to learn history, to learn these are things that people have learned over and over and over and over and over and over. They are not new. So how then will the student be able to learn outside the box? How then will he be able to pick up his own ability to innovate and create? Knowledge in innovation will actually allow the students, will actually allow people to think outside the box. Thinking outside the box will bring that kind of self-awareness that will help you identify your potential. If the concept or the subject of innovation and creativity is taught in school, it will allow individualism instead of memorizing the same thing and getting the same results. So school actually needs to do away with the bookish and robotic style of making students to memorize. I don't like calling it learning because it's not learning, it's memorizing, right? When this is done and then they allow individual students to be able to identify what they like doing, what they are good at, then they will rather guide them to be able to make good use of their potentials. Look at Africa, for instance. We are still too bookish. One of the reasons why we have stagnant, Africa is experiencing, one of the reasons why Africa is experiencing stagnant growth is because there is a reflection of what is being taught in school. Too bookish, and being too bookish doesn't help people to come up with solutions. The same thing that people have learned over and over is what people are learning, and they are coming out and they can't solve anything. They can't solve any problem because there is no innovation. There's no creativity. Studies have come out that students are more interested in the arts and computer science, and this is evident because these areas are less restricted, and they are flexible. They allow flexibility. And this is making students to have more interest in these areas. But then if you look at the other subjects, they are more restricted because it doesn't allow different. It doesn't allow creativity. It doesn't allow one to bring in your own ideas, and it's sad. If you look at current trends, technology is the order of the day as we move towards robots, artificial intelligence, and automation. Apparently, there is a shift in what work will look like in the close future. Okay, and all this is happening. All this is possible because of innovation and creativity. A lot of people are really scared what is going to happen in the future, and it's just funny. They don't have to be scared now, but then they also have a reason to be scared because what is being taught in school doesn't meet the current trend. It doesn't match up with the current trend, right? So technology is being controlled by the few people that have dropped from school. And they are championing this course. If someone like Elon Musk, you look at the exploit he's making. He's just growing bigger every day, and they are all predicting doom for the future of job, right? So until schools start encouraging innovation, until schools start teaching creativity, innovation, it's going to be disaster in the close future. According to Peter F. Drucker, if you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. This is what Peter F. Drucker said. But then, and you look at it and it's very true. We just keep on the same thing over and over and over that we are taught. It's the same thing we are taught in school, over and over and over and over. There's no self-awareness, there's no creativity, there's no innovation. The fifth thing that we are not taught in school is thinking and problem solving. We need to get the orientation that allows the student after school to be able to think. In this our 21st century, we don't need jobs. We don't need jobs because robots, AIs, and automation is doing better. What we need in this 21st century is problem solving. That's what we need. But then where will we get that from? Because it's not a course, it's not a subject that is being taught in school. Now we wake up every day to handle tasks that seems hard and difficult for us, right? And we need to make life easier because the growing technology is picking up, and certain things that you have to use your physical energy to do. We need to be able to have systems in place that help us to be able to do it much simpler and easier. Subject of thinking that is not taught in school is making this deficient. If you look at the numerous problems that is being faced by humans, health, security, environmental issues, these are the challenges that faces every day. So how are we able to contain them? The subject of thinking and problem solving will help us have a lot of the Elon Musk, a lot of the Mark Zuckerbergs, a lot of the Steve Jobs, right? So these are people who identify a problem that needed a solution. They first of all identify a problem that needed a solution, and that is it. They just pick up, and right now we are enjoying their effort that they put in place to make the world a better place to be. So there are a lot of people like the Elon Musk and the Bill Gates and then the Steve Jobs who have that kind of potential. But then the system in which they are in, the system in which they found themselves in, it will die in them, because the system is imposing something different on them. It's imposing a different skill, a different profession in them in school, until they are very strong. They have that kind of strong mind that they are able to break out of that system, like what Richard Branson and co did. Then they are able to get themselves in their own zones and become who they are. So instead of being given a bunch of mathematical formulas to memorize and solve a mathematical problem, and also giving a load of geography, economics, tables to solve, we should allow students to be able to individually to be able to identify problems and get into a lot of thinking. That concept, teaching students to be able to know how to think, to be able to know how to arrive at solutions, is very important in this our 21st century. But then giving them a lot of bunch of data, facts and figures to memorize, it has no use, it has no value in this our era. Now, allowing students to have this kind of course of study, so that they are able to constantly look at problems that are facing humanity and how this can be solved. Thinking courses, how they can solve problems, will help make the world a better place instead of having that robotic learning. Right. So now this takes me to the last thing that school have not taught us. Safe thing that school has not taught us, or we have not learned in school, which is tools of technology. Tools of technology. We all agree that in this era that we are in the era of technology, and then you realize that school is teaching us something different. Technology is also moving towards a different direction. So the two are just going divergent directions. Technology is a different path. School is a different path. So so you realize that the school actually give little to match up with this century that we are living in. So what are these technological tools? These are software applications that support online course. Example, wikis, podcasts, Hotsuite, webinars, YouTube, blogging, social media networking. The list cannot be exhausted. In fact, even as I'm talking to you now, there are new ones that are coming up every day. Right? So these are actually tools that help us to learn. Right? So learning takes place when you're able to understand these technological tools to be able to fit in the 21st century. But if you look at it in the other hand, what school is teaching us is just bookish. And a lot of people come out from school, they don't even know what these tools are. You meet someone, you mention Hotsuite, you mention something like CoSchedule, you mention something like Classcraft, you mention something like webinar, podcast. They don't know what they are. Right? So a lot of people after school, it takes them a big learning curve. That is, if they are interested in trying to adjust to the century, they have a big learning curve in understanding and learning some of these things. And eventually you realize that they dump whatever they've learned from school because it has no impact. It has no direct application in their lives. Because everything was just bookish. Why do we need this kind of learning in school? We need it because the current trend now is about technology. It's about technology, right? So when this is taught in school, not only will it prepare people to face the new technological era, but it also create in them, it invoke in the students that kind of creative thinking ability, innovation. It allows them to work together with these tools and be able to arrive at a solution. A tool like Classcraft. This is what teachers can even use to enhance learning. Classcraft allows students to be able to have an engagement. It's actually using the principle of gaming. So as students use it, it's also playful because as they use it, they play with it, and then they try to arrive at solutions with it. So it promotes creativity. It promotes that kind of spirit of working together to arrive at a solution. One other thing that even teachers can even use to enhance their learning is Google Classroom. Now, what does it do? Google Classroom will allow the teacher, no matter where you are, to be able to have an engagement with your students. No matter where you are, you can have an engagement with your students by giving them assignment, engaging them in a task through Google Classroom. But how many teachers know this? It's there online, it's there. And it's waiting for people to use it. But people have no knowledge about it. Right? So there are a whole lot of them that one cannot just give a list that this is the final list. They are endless and keep on coming every day. Someone will ask, but why is the teachers are not using them? They're not using them because they don't know they exist. Their brains are full of formulas, theories, and data, facts and figures. That is what is occupying their brains. They have no idea what these things are. So it's actually sad that school is not actually meeting up to the current situation, because life keep on growing. We keep on moving ahead of what school is teaching us. So that's why a lot of people have problem with school and think that school is outdated. It's actually outdated. A chunk of things that are learned in school are not applicable in our everyday life. But now you go to school and the school authority is on students. They should learn. What should they learn? Is it those theories, facts, and figures that right? Learning actually takes place when the individual is able to discover something new, is able to learn something new that actually matches with current trends. We are learning things that were taught in the 1920s. A lot of bookish things that is sad. It's really sad that. So guys, thank you so much for being with me from the beginning of the video. You'll be so patient to listen to watch this video. I'm so much grateful to you. Leave a comment below if you have anything that you want me to know about. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure that you don't miss my next video, which will be coming pretty soon. My next video is going to be about 10 passive income ideas. 10 passive income. Remember, I talked about passive income earlier on in this video. So in my next video, I'm going to look about 10 passive income ideas for this 2020, that will help myself and help you as well, as we're able to do something different to change our lives. So thank you guys so much. See you again the next time.